Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first look is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 18 carries, 59 yards.
Brandon, we both know plenty about this game, but you don't have to be an expert to figure out that they're going to lean heavily on their ground game to try and win this week. He sits number 5 in the league so far in rushing, and when they've had success on that side of the ball, he's been at the center of it. If they want to win in this one, he's going to have to play like that to help drive them down the field.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Minor. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Minor, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Raiders at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the shotgun, Richardson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping to...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Throwing on second and long. Richardson over the middle. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. From the right hash, this from 48. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 95 yards.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a third down and 3.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball in the turf at your running back's feet.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers scores a score. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good. And that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first.
The ball is free. Taylor lost it.
And the Raiders pick it up. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
A great play there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage.
And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll set up to throw. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. attempts on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. There he goes, left side.
He's on his way. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
A try here for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have
everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
The toss here completed to Pittman.
Completion good for 14 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here's third and a few inches.
They're going to look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Taylor. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back to throw again.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top.
As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Texans out in front as that one is just about to halftime. Amari Cooper, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And right now they have the lead over the...
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
This taken in right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Come on now, let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it happen. It's time.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Minor. And some space here. Now he's into the clear again. Inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Raiders have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now back to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll set up a throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is fielded at the 27. Fights him off. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken a 6-touchdown lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, he stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
And teams have a tough time running the ball as this one has throughout this game. It's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second and 4. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He'll drop to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And connecting here with Pittman on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. That'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 238 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down now, Minor, and he'll get it down here to the 43. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Minor, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson rolling to his right. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Tyreek Hill. That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list. And the Raiders continue to pour it on here in the fourth. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last, and make it a successful one in some small way.
This is 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of it. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
In motion right is Pittman. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is good. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now here come the Raiders.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Now it's Richardson. And going deep for Hill. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. He'll look to throw. This taken in by Downs. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up second down. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Raiders, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week.
Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.